Welcome, everyone.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. Hello. If you want to put in the chat where you're coming from, that would be great.
Cool. Got one person from Connecticut.
Ooh.
If you're just joining us and you want to put in the chat where you're joining us from, we would love to see where everybody's coming.
Yeah. Ooh, Finland, Colorado,
France, North Carolina.
Idaho. Ooh, Montana.
San Diego, wow, I'm impressed that you're up this early.
Whoa.
California, Netherlands, New Orleans, England,
Ooh.
Virginia Beach, Poland, Austria. Awesome. We're just going to give it one more minute as folks join. We've got a lot of folks signed up for today, so this should be great. If you've just joined us, we'd love to see in the chat where you're joining us from. You can put where you're coming from in the chat. Spain, Alabama, Morocco. Great. Two people from France. Awesome. New Zealand. Wow, that's great. Okay. Switzerland. Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and get it started then. I'll turn it over to Cynthia and Jackie to introduce themselves.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for joining our application workshop. My name is Cynthia. I'm one of ISEP's Student Services Officers for programs in the U.S., specifically Northeast and Southeast, including Puerto Rico. And I'll introduce Jackie now.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Jackie D'Amico. I'm the other Student Services Officer for the United States, specifically the Midwest and West. So we are very excited to have you here.
And my name is Rachel Gordon. I'm our Director of Enrollment Management. I'll just be here in the background. I'll be answering any questions in the Q&A or in the chat. So feel free to put questions there if you've got any. And we'll also have time at the end of our presentation for breakout rooms for you to go meet with your student services officers if you'd rather ask your questions there.
Great. Thank you, Rachel. So we'll go ahead and start our application workshop. So today we'll just cover how to submit your ISEP application, strategies for a competitive application for ISEP Exchange, and then at the end we'll showcase who to help if you have any questions. So just some background about ISEP. We are a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to make life-changing experiences of studying, interning, and volunteering abroad with accessible and affordable programs for everyone. So ISEP programs are immersive and authentic, and we really focus on intercultural exchanges and engagement with host communities. So there are two ways to study abroad with ISEP. This also depends on your home university. So I would check with your home university as well to see what you're eligible for. But there is ISEP Direct. So with ISEP Direct, you pay a specific program fee. There are flexible housing and meal options, and your placement is guaranteed as long as you meet the academic requirements that are listed on the program page. And ISEP Exchange is a little bit different. So you pay your home university's tuition, housing, and meal cost in exchange for receiving those benefits at a host university. And on your ISEP application, you'll rank up to 10 sites, and placement depends on the program rankings and the space available at each university. So if you haven't yet, you can create an account on our website at isep.org/apply. Uh, as a first step, we always advise that you meet with your on-campus ISEP coordinator or your home ISEP coordinator. They can answer any campus-specific questions about the application process or any internal deadlines that you might need to be aware of, and they will ultimately approve your application to study with ISEP. And ISEP has student services officers like myself and Jackie, and we're here to help you with any questions you have about programs, courses, and our application process. So now we're going to do just a quick poll for everyone tuning in. We'll answer you can answer a few questions. The first one, where are you in the application process right now? So you can select an answer that best suits where you are.
Awesome. So it looks like about a third of our students haven't started yet. So this is a great first step in your ISEP process. And 65% are working on it. We have a few that are almost done and one that's already submitted. So that's great. We're going to move on to our next poll. All right. Where do you want to study? We're interested in seeing which regions around the world everybody is interested in studying in. Okay, great. So it looks like one person's interested in Africa or the Middle East. A few folks are interested in Asia, some in Europe, a few in Latin America. About half of you are interested in studying in the United States, which is great. This is why we've got Cynthia and Jackie here. And some of you are interested in Australia and New Zealand. Fantastic. That's a great mix.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So now we'll go over how to submit an ISEP application. So step by step, the first thing that you'll do is go to our website, and on the top right-hand corner, you can see the login button. So you can click that. If you haven't made an account already, you can sign up with your name, email, phone number, and that information. And then once you've created an account, you'll see your ISEP dashboard. So that's what your account will look like when you log in. So on your ISEP dashboard, you can see your application. You can also see the contacts who can help you throughout the application process. So the first contact you'll see is your home ISEP coordinator. So this individual works on your campus directly, and they can help you with any internal information or things needed to apply with ISEP. And the second contact listed on your ISEP dashboard will be your ISEP Student Services Officer. So that will be your point of contact at ISEP, and we're here to assist you with any questions you might have about our application process or narrowing down program options, anything you can address to your Student Services Officer as well. So in order to start the application, you'll go to the application tab and then click on it. You might need to request permission to begin, so there should be a request button, or you might be able just to start the application. It depends on your home university. As you can see here, if you click application and click start, you will be able to open a new ISEP application. If your home university has different settings, you'll see the request permission, and so that will give your home ISEP coordinator an email, and they will ultimately approve your request to start the application. So once your application has been started, you can click on Edit to continue or make changes to it. You can also see what steps are remaining before you need to submit by clicking on the little arrow. It will show you all the steps that need to be completed before your application is considered fully submitted. And we do have a YouTube video on our YouTube account, ISEP Study Abroad, with some tips and just a visual understanding of what this might look like if you want to check out as well. So if you want to add a program to your application, you can look at the Search for More Programs button. This will allow you to go to our program finder to look at program options. And we also have a video of this on our YouTube account if you want a visual demonstration of adding programs to your list. Next, we'll talk about the ISEP Program Finder. This will definitely be your main tool for finding and exploring program options. This will allow you to filter your program options by field of study, term of interest, your region or country of interest, and it will allow you just to filter and better understand what options are available to you. So if you click on the more filters, there are even other options that you can look at, such as campus size, language, and chance of placement for ISEP exchange. So that's how you can use our program finder. So in order to add a program to your application, the first step that you'll do is put in all of the search options in the top tab. So put what term you want to study, what year, region, field of study, and then once you've entered that, if you click Apply Filters, then you will see all the sites that have the options that you selected. So again, talking about how to add programs to your application. Once you click on a program, you will see the ISEP program page for that university. So on this website, you'll see all the important information about the university. And then if you scroll to the bottom, you'll find the semesters or terms that are available. So once you've selected it, you'll see two buttons, either Add to Application or Save for Later. So if you want to actually add it to your program list, you would click Add. You can also have the option of Save for Later. This kind of works like a shopping cart where you save programs that are of interest to you. You can save multiple. That way it's a bit easier for you to add programs to your application list once you've understood like what programs might be a good fit for you. So now I'll turn it to Jackie.
Yeah, thanks, Cynthia. So once you've added a program to your ISEP application, it will appear in your program list section. You'll be able to change your program rankings by selecting the move up or move down arrows. We always ask that you consider the chance of placement next to each program, especially on ISEP Exchange, and then adjust accordingly. Don't forget to select any desired add-ons for the programs and then hit save. So the next section in your application is the academic section. Once you've created a program list, you'll need to add the field or fields of study in which you plan to take courses in while abroad. You can list several fields of study by clicking Add Another, and you should add every subject you plan to take courses in. If you do not see the area of study, that means it's not available, so please consult with your student services officer to determine what might work best for you. Once you're done, please click Save and Continue. So now we're going to run through the next section, which is the document section. You'll need several important documents. So the first document you will need is an official transcript from your home university. It will need to be official, but you can request a copy and then upload it. If you have any questions, please contact your SSO. The next is an academic reference. you'll enter your professor's email and it will send them a form where they can submit their letter of recommendation. You can request from multiple professors, but only one needs to respond for you to submit your application. If you are an ISEP direct student, you do not need to submit an academic reference. If you're applying for a program where the primary language is different than the primary language at your home university, you may be prompted to also submit a language evaluation completed by a professor and a writing sample. If you have a language evaluation such as a TOEFL or IELTS score, we'll go over that later. And once again, on each program page, please check the academic condition section and special application instruction section on the program pages for more information about any additional documents that are needed for a specific program. Once you have those, please upload them at the bottom where it says upload additional documents. The next slide is the eligibility section. In this section, you'll enter your academic level, and for US students, you will enter your GPA. For all students, you'll need to enter the number of undergraduate semesters completed prior to studying abroad. And then if you have a language score, test score like the TOEFL or IELTS, this is where you can add it in. You'll need to add your scores and then upload the official documentation. Once your scores are entered, the application will inform you if you are eligible for the program or not. Once you're done, please click Save and Continue. The next section is the biography section. This is where you'll enter information such as your address, which we might need for visa purposes, and your passport. If you don't have a passport, when applying, either you're applying for one for the first time or you're waiting on a renewal, please select No for now, so you're able to submit your application. Once you do have your passport, you can send it to us at a later time. If you have not yet applied for your passport, we highly encourage you to do so as soon as possible in order to prevent delays in applying for your visa. And then the last section is the other section. This is where you can submit anything else that ISEP will need to know when making placements. This includes special needs. So if you need extra time on exams, if you have special medication, or you need support services, this is where you can enter that information. We always encourage that you submit this information here so we can make sure your potential host university can support you. It's a little more difficult to do that when we find out about this later, once you've already received a placement. So in order for your ISEP application to be considered fully submitted, you need to do the following steps. The first step is complete all the ISEP application sections and then press the submit button. It's the one circled in yellow. Second step is to pay the ISEP application fee in your invoices tab in your ISEP dashboard. And then the third step is get your application reviewed and approved by your ISEP home coordinator. Please make sure you submit your application and pay the application fee with sufficient time for your home university to review and approve your application before our priority deadline of March 1st. Please note that your home university may have an earlier deadline than March 1st by which you need to submit your application. So please make sure you follow your home university's deadlines accordingly. So now we'll talk about strategies for a competitive application. So as Cynthia mentioned in the beginning, specific programs on ISEP Exchange cannot be guaranteed. For ISEP Exchange, we recommend that you list 3 to 5 programs that you'll be excited to attend, and at least 1 to 2 of those programs should have an excellent chance of placement or a good chance of placement. I know this is a lot of information, so if you have any questions while doing your program list and chance of placement, you can always ask your student services officer. We have guides on our website that do describe our placement process and chances of placement, so it's always a good idea to check those out. If you're applying for ISEP Direct, your placement is guaranteed. All students only receive one placement, and specific placements, once again, cannot be guaranteed on ISEP Exchange. So it's important to consider other options aside from your top choice of program. So making a good list, a competitive ISEP Exchange application is a flexible application, so feel free to add as many programs as you are interested in and will meet your academic needs. Diversify your program list to have more options available for us to place you on. Remember, you can be placed anywhere on your list, so take time to research those schools and make sure that you are willing to go there. If you find a university that you absolutely love and you just see yourself attending, we highly encourage you checking with your ISEP home coordinator to see if ISEP Direct is a good fit if the program is also offered on ISEP Direct. For those of you that are looking for schools that also make sure that you have courses, you can use the course catalogs. It's a good idea to look at those just to make sure you know how many courses for a certain subject are taught per semester. Those links on the program pages. ISEP also has scholarships and resources to find other ways to fund your study abroad program as you're budgeting. So please ask your SSO for more information or your home coordinator. For anyone that's still trying to figure out if they want to apply to these universities, you can always save your programs you're interested in, and they will stay at the bottom of your student portal until you add or remove them. So now we're going to just go over really quickly who to contact for help. So we are the Student Services Officers. Cynthia and I are not the only SSOs here. And as Cynthia and I said, we are both the SSOs for the United States. Cynthia is also the SSO for programs in Puerto Rico, and I'm also the Student Services Officer for programs in Canada. Kira is Spain and Latin America. Rachel Brown is Asia. Gretchen McCarthy is Francophone Europe, the Netherlands, Africa, and the Middle East. And Grace is Central, Northern, and Southern Europe. And for the time being, she is answering any questions you have about programs in the UK, Ireland, and Oceania. We are looking for a student services officer for that. So in the time being, you can reach out to Grace for any questions. And then now we're going to break out into our breakout sessions. This is where you can go to the Zoom room of the SSO in the region you're interested in.
All right, can you go back and we'll back one slide and we'll introduce each of the rooms. Okay. So if you are interested in studying in Spain or Latin America, we're going to ask Kira to drop her meeting link in the chat. Kira, can you do that? Great. Next, if you're interested in studying in Asia, we'll ask Rachel to put her link in the chat. Great. That's Rachel's room there. So everyone can go ahead to Rachel's room if you're interested in that. Now, if you're interested in France, Belgium, Netherlands, Africa, or the Middle East, Gretchen, can you put your room in the chat? Thank you. If you're interested in more than one region, just pick whichever one is most interesting to you, and we can always help you with programs in other regions as well. So just pick whichever one is most applicable to you, and we can that SSO can always help you. Next, if you're interested in Northern or Southern Europe, the United Kingdom, Ireland, or Oceania, Grace, can you put your link in the chat? Great. All right, and then last, if you're interested in studying in the United States, Cynthia, can you put your link in the chat? Cynthia or Jackie? I'm not sure whose room.
Cynthia, I can put mine.
Great. Okay, so if you're interested in the United States, you can go to Jackie's room. All right.